Hello and welcome to my Blender video tutorial. In this video tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to create stereoscopic 3D renders of your scenes. We'll basically be doing two renders and then combining them in the compositor to create this render, the red and cyan color. So I have a bunch of 3D glasses here. If I put them on, this monkey's closest, a little further, a little further, a little further, and furthest. So it adds depth to your renders. Now, I know some people are going to ask me, but I come from the cinemas and I have glasses from the cinemas. Why don't they work? Okay, that's a different type of 3D. That uses polarization, while this uses color channels. It uses red and then a green and blue channel, and then combines two different images color channels to create a 3D image. So no, your cinema glasses won't work. You can make your own 3D glasses though if you want. It's very simple. I use cellophane and a bit of cardboard and it works. And so yeah, you can make your own, and or you can go onto the internet, and there are websites that allow you to get free or also buy. But no, I haven't gone to any of those websites because I'm a bit impatient, I will admit, and I found that it's much quicker to just make your own, and it works, and you don't have to wait. So this is the scene we're going to be creating. I'll create the scene and then show you how to composite it. We'll be doing two scenes, duplicating the scene when we're done with it. Okay, so and then right after that, we're going to be doing this. This is two images that I took about 4 or 5 centimeters apart. I basically took one image, moved the camera horizontally or along the x-axis, left or right or plus and minus, about 4 or 5 centimeters, and I took another image, and then I combined them in Blender using almost the same technique that we're going to be using with this monkey scene, this one over here, but we're going to be combining two images using the compositor also. I forgot to tell you, this monkey scene is going to be done in cycles. So just make sure your Blender version has cycles in it. You can also follow along. Actually, doesn't matter. You can do it in BI, Blender Internal, if you want. It doesn't make a difference because we're not focusing on rendering. We're focusing on compositing, and yeah, that's about it. So let's begin. So I think I've done enough talking. So let us open Blender up. Now let me just start up my screencast keys. Okay, there we go. So now you can at least see what I'm doing. And so let's begin. Let's delete the default cube. Shift A, add in a plane, and scale it up quite a bit. Okay, like that. And then let's first position the camera. So Control Alt Numpad 0 to position the camera to the current view you are at. Now I'm just gonna grab the camera and move it a little back. Okay, so now we are going to import Suzanne, or the monkey. Now, what is a Blender test without the monkey? So just place Suzanne on the plane and then duplicate her. Now just duplicate her, or I don't know, I think it's a her, but anyways, just duplicate the monkey, close, a little further, wait, there, and then one finally over there. Now if we go to the camera, you should see 5 monkeys. Ooh, one's hidden. So like that, just sort them out in any order. Make sure they are far apart though, like that, so that you can actually see depth. I'm gonna move that monkey in. Okay, so now I'm just gonna rotate this. Sorry, I'm very picky. And perfect. Okay, so you have to first set up the whole scene because we are going to do a duplicate of the scene. So you have to set up the resolution. I'm keeping it at that. Materials. Okay, now concerning materials, the red doesn't work that great because it's used in the 3D, so it kind of messes up the 3D a bit. And also the green and blue, so those are 3 colors I like to avoid. Pink, it also is one of those colors. It is a bit unreliable. I like gold and yellow. They give us a very nice effect. And so yeah, if you're going to do any material, try keep it away from the RGB colors. RGB, red, green, blue. So anyways, also let's set up the lamp. So I'm going to just make a sun lamp and rotate it. And then I think we're missing something very important. No, we're not in the cycles engine. No, just go up here and then change to cycles. Don't make a dreadful mistake of doing it in BI. And then just do a test render to make sure everything works. Ooh, background color. And then also the number of passes you want to do. So I'm gonna stick to 10 passes under the integrator tab. I'm gonna stick to 10 and we are ready to begin duplicating. Oh no, wait, we're not. Sorry, please don't duplicate yet. I missed a very important feature. Go to top view and go to that little thing there that we call a camera and shift D to duplicate. Move it along the x-axis a bit, about that much, not too much, otherwise the 3D isn't that great. And then we're gonna call the scene left because, well, the left camera is active. So now we're gonna go add a new scene and full copy. And now we are in left 0.001, which means we are actually in right. I'll select the right camera, control numpad 0 to make it active. So now if we change between the scenes here, you can see the cameras are different. So now, time to get to compositing. I'm going to do the compositing in the left scene. So I'm just going to give it a render, one last render. Can't wait to get GPU rendering. Okay, anyways, go to the compositor and enable use nodes for render layers. Make sure you're in render layers. Now we have a render layer here, node. So just duplicate that and change the scene to right. Now we want the left red channel and we want the right green and blue channel to make cyan. So what we're going to do is add in a converter, separate RGBA and duplicate it and connect that render layer to that and this render layer to this. Now we need to, now it's separating, now we can separate red channel, green channel, blue channel. You can see it's already connected there, so if we do a render, it should only render the red. Wait, first has to render and then composite. So it should only render What is it doing? I'm sorry, I don't know what it's doing. Okay, anyways, it's probably... Oh, it tries to render 3D. Okay, anyways. Back to where we were. Go to separate RGB. Converter, combine RGBA. And then just connect the R channel there. And the green channel. And the blue channel there. And we have... Voila! 3D scene. Now put on your 3D glasses. And you can see the magic of 3D. So this monkey is close, a little further. Then this one is a little further, and that one a little further. But those two you can't really see the difference. I was cheating and looking through, not through the glasses for the last two. So if you want to save it, just F3, save it, whatever. But I've already saved it. And then just make sure you save your blend. So now that we have done this, let us begin with that image. So now you can have your own images. I really don't mind, doesn't make a difference in my life. I must say it is nicer working with your own work. I've found in tutorials where I use the author's own images and textures. I kind of get a little bored, because I mean I like building a portfolio, and using somebody else's things is not really building a portfolio. Or it is actually. No, it is. Okay, I think I changed my mind. I think I might put it in. But I just don't like creating artwork that somebody else has already created. So, yeah, that's my issue. I don't like putting my work. It's just an opinion. It's not a fact. So, yeah, anyways. So, let's go to new blender. And now, here we are. Now, we are not going to do anything with render layers. So, you can just go and delete all of that. And we just need the camera. So, go control left arrow to get to the compositor. And then render layers, make sure you own render layers. And select use nodes. Then this render layer input, delete it. And then shift A, add, and then add in an input image. Now load in the image and then duplicate it. Oh yeah, to move around in the node editor, just middle mouse button to pan. For those of you who have never used the node editor. And then just import the second image. Now this is the left image, so I like keeping my left at the top, so that when we combine the RGB colors, that there's no crossover between the connections, so everything is clear and straightforward. So now we have to go shift A again and add in a separate RGBA under the converters, same as we did with monkey. Connect image to image and then duplicate the separate and connect image to image. Now shift A, converter, combine RGBA, red to red, green to green, and blue to blue, and then to compositor and render. Now that's very nice, except that where's the rest of our image? Okay, you need to change the resolution. So my picture's resolution was 2048 by 1536, and make sure it's 100%. Now if you re-render, oops, you will see we have a full image. And put on those glasses of yours, and if I focus on this plant, it stands out quite a bit actually. It's 3D. and when I move, it moves the foreground. The foreground actually moves more than the background, which creates the illusion of depth in 3D. So that is all I'm gonna cover in this tutorial. That was actually, I'm not sure if it's my longest tutorial. It might have been, I'm not sure. I'll have to check, maybe one of my longest. But that was all I wanted to cover in this tutorial. I hope you use this technique. If you do, I'd love to see it. You can put a link in the comment section below. And until next time, goodbye.